This is crazy. This is craziness. Okay, so we got to this part at the end of last session. They were starting to I like the water effect. I just totally got mesmerized by the water. They were starting to give us like tutorials. We did some of the tutorials to figure all this out. But this is our town. They give you called Tuskdale. This is like your capital, I guess. And you can build stuff using BP. Build points. I have 450. I'm getting 0 per week. Why would I get 0? It's weird. It says +5 from stat ranks, +30 from Bavoy subsidy, -3 taxes. So that should be 32. Why is it 0? I have no buildings to generate the BP. Oh, okay. So how much building would you say I should do? All right, let's do this. Let's grab a longhouse. And where you put these things matters. So I'm gonna put the longhouse in the center. And does that change anything? Not yet. Okay. How many buildings would you build right off the bat? We're gonna get a free shrine from one of the quests. You love this kind of stuff, Sir TM? You guess you just got sold? How funny. There are buildings that give bonuses to stat rolls within, yeah. So each one of these gives you like this one gives you +1 relations. But you get +1, you get an additional +1 relations when you put it adjacent to a longhouse, and +1 espionage when adjacent to a barracks. And I think diagonal counts now as adjacent, whereas it didn't before. Yeah. There's Joe, 60 months. That's a different one than we got earlier, right? I think so. Dublinari and Helvetica were looking for the triple 60s in a row earlier, Joe. They did 2 in a row. They're like, where's Joe? Thank you so much for the 5 years of support. We've got 3 champions this day. 3 new champion otters. Thank you so much. All right, what about the pier? Can only be placed in a special spot, right? It can only be here. What does that give us? +1 economy. All right, so we'll put a pier in. Tavern should be next to barracks and the longhouse. Put a tavern in. Then we could do a barracks. And how many more do I got? I got plenty. Wooden wall. This also does military. Okay. Watchtower will give you espionage. Windmill will give you community. This is 40, but this goes up here in this slot, right? Yeah. And a shop should be next to a tavern. All right, let's put a shop in, and we'll stop there. Is that good enough? Hey, Edward, what's going on? Finally ruling your kingdom. Yes, I'm finally ruling. All right, let's start with that. I should have saved it before I did all that, but that's okay. Oops, I just created a save with no name. I've been through the desert on a save with no name. It felt good to be out on the rain. All right. Barony management stuff. Save. Yes. Oh, what? Oh, and it gave me an extra one. Delete. Why did you save twice? Don't save twice. Okay. All right. Edward, I did a bunch of research the past 2 days on this stuff. So I'm not an expert, but I know some of the pitfalls to kind of like avoid and things to do. But that being said, if I'm doing something and you want to give me a point or two for this section of the game, sure, you can tell me. I might not do every suggestion, but feel free to post some suggestions. Okay, so we got that. Let's see what happens. Okay, claiming new regions. Now, there's been some debate I was seeing whether you should go, like, they're going to say you can claim what? The outskirts now? Should I claim the outskirts right away, which is going to pass time, like 14 days? Like, instantly? Or should I wait on that?
What is it, Edith? 41 months. I don't know. Something resub.
Hi, Sar.
Much love, sir.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work.
Much love right back at you, Sar. 41 months. Nice. You may claim new regions to expand your territory. Hi.
Hello.
You're looking all springy in your spring dress.
Thank you. It's 77 outside with a high of 86.
It's already hot in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You like that?
Yes. Is that because you didn't have me to find props for you? Is that what it was?
It was my cop-out day. No dumb props today. Still nothing. Yeah. All right, you leaving?
Yes.
All right. Be safe.
Anything?
Nope. Yeah, it's pretty warm today, Thorny Subject. It's pretty awesome. All right, so you can claim new regions to expand your territory. Open the regions tab on the right side of the screen and select relevant project at the bottom of the screen. Claiming a region will allow you to significantly increase your barony stats and found settlements in the new lands. You would wait a bit for the outskirt? Okay. Here's what you got to do. You got to meet special conditions, collect the BP, find an unoccupied advisor to take charge of the claim. As soon as you start the Kingdom Project, it takes 14 days for you to claim it. Okay. Probably wait on that. It's kind of weird how they just kind of, like, at certain points during this tutorial, they just kind of leave you here. You're like, okay, and then? Did I already assign her for this? Oh, she's canceled. Oh, the event can be canceled during the day was begun. Also, I already started this with her being there. All right, so hopefully Amiri succeeds in that. So this is a problem. Problems take priority over opportunities. So that's good. So these are the trade agreement. Well, I don't think we're going to do that at all. We're not going to pillage the Temple of the Elk at all. I'd like to rebuild it. But it takes 100 BP. Research into the nature of curses, and this takes 45 days that your advisor will be out. I'm gonna actually pass on those. Okay, and this one we started Jihad going down. This is the one where we're gonna get a free shrine. Yeah. Yamcha, thanks for following. All right, is there anybody, no advisors I can rank up? Training, curses, other, the regions. What's this? No, I'm not gonna do this yet. Okay. The advisors we selected are in place. I have nobody for the treasury yet. This is the map. This is Tuskdale. What should we name? What should we name our village? Yeah, do the problems first. You'll always have issues later. Yeah. Yeah, that was I made some notes. Somewhere I need notes. I have so many notes though. Otter home. Yeah, and there's an NPC named Hassoff or something like that we can buy BP from. Otteria? Otteria sounds like something you do in the bathroom. Otterberg? Otterville? Otterville? Otterston? Ottershire? Oh, I like that. Ottershire. Let's do Ottershire. Chippendale! The Ottershire. Let's do it. Okay. And then we're building those other things. Okay, anything else that you guys would recommend that I do? Loyalty. We don't have any stats at 20, so we can't do ranking up of our peoples. We sent Amiri to deal with this problem. I'll probably save Scum, honestly, if I can. Hey, Guy Tax, what's going on? What do you win? Free sneeze. There you go. Did I already explore my town? What do you mean? By like walking around it? Not really. I got a little bit of a tour. 235. I could probably build some more. Anything else I should build? Building the windmill up there. Okay, got a shop going. A soapland. The check for Kingdom events is when you get back to see the results, so it's save scummable. Oh, okay, nice. Nice. I definitely want to save scum. I definitely do. There's no shame in that. Okay, I'm gonna jump out of here. Let's see what happens. The Otter Bog. We could do that at some point.
I must replenish my powers.
All right, well, here we go. Okay, so I can just click on this table if I want to go back to those screens. All right, so we have some talking to do to people. Is this a treasure? Oh, this is my stash. Oh, okay. Did I have anything I want to put in there? How about this book? I put books in there. Books. Lots of books. I hope we find out what to do with these, like, scorched fragments and stuff. All right.
Does anyone require
How may I
my
serve
counsel?
you, Your Grace?
Okay. How are you enjoying your duties as High Priest?
Everything is all well, Your Grace. I just keep forgetting what a mess it is in the stolen lands, and how troubled are the minds of its people. Sometimes I must listen to such nonsense from my visitors. Erastil, forgive them.
Yes. Okay. All right. So this is our advisor that we had to make a big choice at the end of chapter 1. We had 3 different people to choose from. We chose Kasil Aldori, who is the adopted son of the woman who like helped us get this whole place. I'm hoping she doesn't backstab us. I'm hoping this guy is trustworthy. All right, so Kasil Aldori, elegantly dressed in formal clothes, as always, welcomes you with a courteous half bow. Your Grace? I'd like to know more about you. Happy to serve, Your Grace. Tell me of your origins. I grew up on the streets of Restov. I know nothing of my parents. It's more than likely that my mother just wanted to get rid of me, probably left me somewhere in an alley as a baby, and I don't feel I have the right to blame her. I don't remember how I survived. My first memory is of sneaking into someone's backyard. I must have been 3 or 4, and trying to steal food from a cat. Okay. A half-orc among the Brevik aristocracy is a rare sight indeed. Lady Jamandi Aldori herself brought me here into the family. She picked me up off the streets when I was 14. I was fighting some lord's guardsmen. Their master had expressed his wish in a most inappropriate manner to acquaint me with his female wolfhound in the hopes of producing offspring. Yikes. Casil's lips turn up slightly at the corners, stopping just short of looking sinister. No other sign of emotion crosses his face. I was at what would politely be called a disadvantage when I saw a flashing beam of light reflect off a lone sword. What happened next was too fast for me to follow, but all three of my torturers fell to the ground, a single woman standing above them. She turned to the Lord and coldly asked him, "And just was it, what is it you're doing here?" I had never seen a Restovic noble so afraid, but he was almost reverent, and this lord was a close companion to the mayor at that. At the time, I had no idea who this woman was, but I couldn't keep myself from rushing after her, well, hobbling really, and pleading with her, "Teach me, please teach me." I wish there was some dialogue that was just him, like, mentioning half-orc. You know? Hey, Sango, what's up? New Dan Lux says, "Don't worry, in Kingmaker, it's very obvious who is good or bad." Oh, okay. Yeah, but I'm bad at picking up those signals. Terrible at it. What's it like for you living among humans? It isn't easy, Your Grace. I was born and raised in Restov. I don't know a single word of Orc. I devoted my entire life to proving myself worthy to bear the name Aldori, but to most people, I'm still just a half-orc first and foremost. Anything else is secondary. It's infuriated me when I was younger, but with age, I've learned to accept my fate. To me, I'm simply Casil, a street urchin from Restov who became the student of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Nothing more, nothing less. Alright, Chaotic Good, I understand it's a true shame. Wouldn't it be better to accept yourself as you are? People will never truly accept those like us as their own. I'll do Chaotic Good. Casil shows a reserved but heartfelt smile. You're the ruler of this realm, Your Grace. Your example can change the way people see those like me. Okay. Yeah, he doesn't know any orc, not even Zug Zug. That's a good one. Thank you. Let's discuss something less personal. I need to discuss politics and affairs of the barony. What's the situation between the Aldori and the royal house Sertova? The Sertovas and the Aldori are different in nature and spirit. They are water and stone, a snake and an eagle, frick and frack, spick and span, yin and I get the concept. Just go on. When Coral the Conqueror came to our lands, the Sertovas didn't even attempt to defend themselves. They gave up the crown in exchange for positions of power in the new court, along with the safety of their lands. The Aldori went to war and lost. I dare not even say valiantly lost. The damage inflicted on Roslin's armies by the Red Dragons of Coral the Conqueror, well, it was a slaughter, a crushing defeat. A barely noticeable frown darkens his face. Even with 2 centuries of effort, the Aldori and Rosland have yet to fully recover. Yeah, don't fight against the dragons, man. For 2 centuries, we fought for survival while the Sertovas have flourished and grown stronger at the side of the throne. Needless to say, now that King Noleski Sertova and his sister Natala rule over Brevoy, our relationship hasn't improved. The Sertovas fear the Aldori, and the Aldori don't trust the Sertovas. That's the current situation between our houses. All right, what about the River Kingdoms? In past, they were little more than a nest of bandits. Frankly, that really hasn't changed. Of all the kingdoms, Pitax is probably of the greatest interest. King Iravetti rose to power too quickly and too easily. I would recommend Your Grace take great caution with him. That Iravetti is where Tartuccio came from. So the spy Tartuccio was working for Iravetti, so we already don't like them. You must know much of the history of Bavoy and the neighboring lands. In Restov, I spent nearly much of my time studying historical chronicles as I did trading with the sword. What would you like to discuss? Early history. That's a story written in blood. Aldori blood, mostly. In the beginning, Brevoy was 2 independent lands. Sertova reigned over Isia, and Aldori ruled Rosland. They were not peaceable neighbors. Isia's soil was too poor to sustain its population, and its people were too cruel and proud to simply stand by and watch as their neighbors prospered. I'd be willing to bet that Restov's northern wall still holds a few marks left by Srtova's soldiers during their frequent raids from ages past. It was Koral Rogarvia, later known as Koral the Conqueror, who put the end to all that. He brought each realm to its knees. Only one side knelt willingly. The other ended up first paying a devastating toll. All right, what about the Sword Lords? I could speak for days about the Sword Lords. How about just like 2 minutes? But I'll try to condense it. Our history goes back to ancient times. Rosslyn was ruled by Baron Syrian first. He was a notorious squabbler and duelist, but at the time he wasn't as skillful as he thought. After losing a fight against a local gang leader, the Baron was the one who issued the challenge, and he went into exile to hide his shame. But that's just the beginning. No one knows where Syrian wandered, but a few years later, he returned a changed man. He challenged the same gang leader to another duel and bested him handedly. The Baron then declared an open challenge. Anyone who could defeat him would be rewarded handsomely. After that, not a month would pass without Syrian seeing another challenger. Renowned fighters, experienced warriors came and went, but none, not a single one, could best the Baron. In those years, Syrian took on his new name, Aldori, but many people referred to him simply as the Sword Baron. Alright, so the Baron was the first Sword Lord? The very same. His heirs inherited the secrets of his dueling style along with the name Aldori. Consequently, there's an Aldori prestige class that you can spec your characters into too. I don't know if they're any good or what they do, but it's pretty interesting. Luanair, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Coral had an army of dragons at his command when he completed his conquest, like that blonde girl from Game of Thrones, like Daenerys. Yeah, that's what it's reminding me of. Yeah. All right. Can I rely on you in matters of state? Certainly, Your Grace. To the best of my ability, I've learned from Lady Aldori not only the art of the sword, but also how to inspire. I could apply myself in the role of military advisor. Okay. I sent a Miri. I wonder if that was a mistake. Because he seems pretty cool now that I talked to him. See, you don't even get to talk to him before you make certain decisions. All right, let's save it. All right, Octavia's over here.
I must replenish my powers.
Okay. She doesn't have anything else to say. Lindsay. She has nothing new to say. Keston.
How may I serve you, Your Grace?
What did you do to be exiled? I believe I have the right to know.
Fair enough. For a Garess, the prosperity of the house and the honor of the name stands above all else. And I was betrothed to a widow from another noble house. This union was of great importance to the family. However, 3 months before the wedding, I met a commoner girl, gentle and pure, and we fell in love. I would have rather died than leave my Tanya, so I decided to break off the engagement with my noble bride. I could never have expected what would follow. My father was furious. I'd set a pointless love affair above the interests of the house. He expelled me from the family and ordered to leave our lands under threat of death. And Tanya, her mother was seriously ill, and she stayed behind to care for her rather than follow me into exile. Thus, I was on my own.
So he threw everything away. He lost everything.
And without love.
No love. He father relationship ruined.
Don't imagine that I ask for pity. Everyone gets what they deserve.
If I were to offer you a public position, what would you like to do?
I believe I can manage to uphold the law. Being a warden would suit me well.
Okay. As soon as we have the ability to assign a warden, I trust him. All right, we got what's over here. I should probably do this whole room first. Let's do this whole room first before we explore.
Must replenish my
Guards.
powers.
You have no names. Storyteller. All right, who's this wiggler? The man standing before you resembles an elf, but a very old one. His face is wrinkled, and his beard is as white as the mountain snow. The man seems to be completely blind. The old man stares past you with unseeing eyes. He seems to be consumed in his thoughts. He mutters a soft melody, swaying back and forth slightly to its rhythm. The Aldori Sword Lord is an okay prestige class, but it's very similar to Duelist, and I think Fighter has a variant archetype called Aldori Defender that's similar too. Okay, interesting. Thank you guys for the context. The man shudders briefly and stops singing. His mouth opens and closes a few times, bringing to mind a fish brought ashore. Who's there? Is that you, Your Grace? Who are you? I am an elf from Kionin. My name? It's not important. I am the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times. Long ago, I was a smith in Kionin. What is Kionin? The homeland of the elven race. Okay. The fire of the forge has burned out my eyes, but I am grateful for it. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armor for Iadara's guards. Instead, I have stepped on the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends. Many people are long dead. Their homes crumbled to dust, and their bodies turned to ash. Only legends can still tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I would be so interested to hear the stories told about us after our demise. This elf sounds like an old gentleman for Virginia. Stay a while and listen.
That's that. You can't do that voice.
Huh?
You can't do that voice.
That's the voice.
That's the voice of Deckard Cain.
I know, but what else would you do? What other voice would you do for the storyteller?
Only.
Jesus, only Deckard Cain. I have always been drawn to the Stolen Lands, where countless expeditions, armies, and even kingdoms have met their untimely ends. When I learned of a new barony being founded in the heart of these lands, I knew I wanted to be a part of the story, so I made the journey here. Are you really an elf? Do other elves age like you have? That seems like such an odd question. I'm going to ask it. A common question. Oh, I thought it was odd. My unusual looks, despite them, I'm an elf, and an old one, yes, perhaps older than any other elf in Kionin. However, I doubt my age alone is responsible for my appearance. I keep the stories of many people and races, some forever gone from the face of Galarian, but they live on in my memory and my heart. When I accept a new story, I lock it within myself, bearing the weight of its words and the emotions they invoke. Interesting. I sometimes think I should have died a long time ago, but some incomprehensible force is keeping me alive and granting me the ability to continue my quest to gather stories. You're the Dungeon Master. He's the Dungeon Master! I knew it. Be it divine power or Phil curse, I'm grateful either way. Alright, how could you tell it was me? It's not so hard to recognize a ruler by the way he walks. No one here steps as confidently as you, Your Grace. Alright, would you care to trade stories with me? I am a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it, whether willingly or not. Can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? No, I do not think so. At least, not yet. These legends are the most precious valuables in the world, the last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illuminating the ways to the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let their light fade. The path to the past must not be lost. But I offer you a deal, Your Grace. If on your journeys you discover items that come from eras past, bring them to me. And if my eyes can see the stories that these relics hold, I will gladly share them with you. But you're blind. And if you find all these pieces of any artifacts, I can even recall my smithing skills to unite them and restore their power. Oh, really? Wait, are these the things I've been picking up, like the fragments and stuff? Okay, hold on. This guy's gonna be cool. Remind me of what it is you want from me. In your travels, pay special attention to items from ancient eras. There must be an abundance of such things throughout the Stolen Lands. For these lands number story, okay. Alright, keep an eye out, and if you find all the pieces... Alright, I found the shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore them? May I? He touches the items from your pack. This scorched piece of metal is part of a curious artifact known as the Necklace of Double Crosses. Inside it, I sense a story of many deeds, not heroic, but low and maleficent. If you find all 7 of its fragments, I will restore the artifact and recount its inglorious story. I know, light bulb moment. Yes, alright. Do I have them? Alright, I've brought you some relics. Can I save it while I'm talking? How many of those things? Did he say 7? 1, 2, 3. I only have 5. I only have 5? 6. Oh man, I'm missing 1? I have 7 of these. Tokens of the Dryad. I don't know what those are for. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing one. All right, let's see what he says.
I must replenish my powers.
Hey, Honorable Toast. I brought some relics. Are they worth anything? How interesting. A coin? What?
I was mocking you.
You're mocking me? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
I was just when you said how interesting.
How interesting.
I said how interesting.
How interesting.
Sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Not nice.
Don't make fun of me.
I know. I'm sorry.
I've got a whole chat from Twitch to make fun of me. A coin from a... When your crush says, I like men with exotic accents. A coin from a non-existent country. When Coral the Conqueror mastered Rossland, having claimed it for Bavoy, he prohibited the issuance of such coins. But ordinary folk and the Aldori sword lords were required to use new coins decorated with Coral's profile. But no one was quick to be rid of these prohibited coins, oh no. In many houses, they still store boxes and whole chests of such coins, waiting for the day when Rossland declares its independence. Okay, what? Did he just give us 3,600 gold for the ancient Rosslandic coins? What? Ka-ching! Okay. The story, okay, wait, and what is this? I hear the voices of trees, smell the scent of leaves, a dryad mark. They're actually those evergreen, like, air fresheners you hang on your car. That's what these were. A dryad mark, is it not? I would be happy to purchase it from you. 2,100 coins? For the tokens of the dryad?
This cat just messed with my head so much.
What?
He went inside that way, while
Yeah.
I went outside this way.
How
running
funny.
all throughout
You guys
the
are, like,
yard
running
looking for
around.
him.
Yeah.
And as I come back out, he's just walking out.
That's funny. This guy is loaded, by the way. If you play Chaotic Evil, can you just, like, take this guy out and take all the gold that he's got? Because he's just handing thousands of gold to me right now.
Well, if your guy, not your guy, but isn't your party member Chaotic Evil? That guy
That is, yeah.
Yeah, can't you make him steal all the gold?
No, I'm gonna be nice to the storyteller.
Oh.
What was the name of that Coloran ruler who issued the coin? Does anyone remember now? What did the Cyclopses use to purchase? Food, books, weapons, perhaps someone's life or their freedom, who can say? Its history was erased by the Earthfall, but I will buy it for you for significantly more than it's worth in its own time. All right, so, I have an ancient Cyclops coin for 400. Okay, so what is Colarian? Coloran. It's the name by which an ancient Cyclops empire. Wow. So this was a whole, like, big race. Ever since I saw the movie Krull as a kid, I've loved the idea of a race of Cyclops. Or Cyclopes. Yeah. Hi, really? You're loving the voice? Thank you. I try to make it not so boring when we have lots of dialogue to read. All right. Oh, we got more. 1,500 for the dog tags? Ah, the belongings of brave heroes who perform their feats here for you. I sense you would be interested in hear their story, but if there are too few of them here to recount it, please find all 5 of them. I am sure you won't regret it. Okay. Very cool. Great movie, Krull. The Cyclops got a bad deal. He did get a bad deal, but his name was Rel. Such a great character, though. I loved him. I loved him.
Funny.
Yeah.
I was watching Family Guy the other day, and Chris got a job at the convenience store.
Yeah.
And him and the guy, they were talking about movies. And he goes, "Hey, you ever seen Krull?" He's like, "No." He's like, "You don't have to see Krull."
Really? You do have to see Krull. Come on. Like, I want to show my kids Anazaria Krull, then none of them have seen it. And I'm so scared that it's going to be, like, such a flop for them, where, to me, like, it was so good.
It's Liam Neeson, right?
He's not the star, no.
But
he's in it. And Robbie Coltrane's in it, too.
I don't know who that is.
Hagrid.
Okay. A young Hagrid?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, one of the actors who then has a big role in Braveheart is in it.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot
Mel
of...
Gibson?
No, Mel Gibson, no. No.
All right.
Liam Neeson is in it. Yes, he plays one of like the.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it, but
Spoilers.
yeah, young Liam Neeson is in it. Young Robbie Coltrane is in it. Yeah, it's very interesting. It doesn't age well. You recall the special effects were even better. The special effects were awesome, Rabbit. They were awesome. Shush. Do not besmirch Krull. Okay, I need a wise advisor at my court. Would you like to serve me in matters of state? Thank you for your words. I am unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world or the affairs of the treasury, but my advice regarding the magic of the arts would be useful to any ruler. Okay. So can I go and like put him in as an advisor now, or do I not have the stat that he wants? I probably don't have the stat that he wants. Advisors. He doesn't want to be a treasurer. He can't be a high priest. Can he be just a general counselor? No. Is he here? He's here. I wish they can tell you what they do. Oh, I guess they do. They'll move forward if there's something that you can put them in. Okay, so there's nothing. Krull gave you nightmares. You couldn't stand the spikes going through people. Too scary for you at the time. Yeah. Well, okay. So yeah, the movie is very. Picture this. Picture I don't want to spoil it, but they literally have like a party of adventurers that's like. There's like 30 of them. Near the start of the movie, and yeah, they encounter some very dangerous things. I'll just leave it there. It's not 30 when that movie ends. Yes, Ergo the Magnificent. Yeah, spoiler, there's not 30 at the end. That's right. But to me, as a kid who loved D&D, I just love the concept. I'm like, here's this huge party of adventurers going through this like crazy stuff. Yeah. Blu-ray is only $7 on Amazon. Oh, nice. All right. Let me get out of here. All right, what is this room? I'm gonna save it. Oh, this is my bedroom? I got a swanky ass bed. What is this? Just a magical flail sitting here? +1 flail. How did Regengar identify that? He's not even in this room. Okay, magic flail. Oh, here's my personal stash again. And I can just rest. I probably have to rest at some point, but... A magical flail in your bedroom, TMI. I can give that to Harem. Harem's my name. Oh, we got Jaethal. I haven't even talked to Jaethal yet. I don't know anything about her.
I truly thought you just said J-Lo. When I was walking down
Jaethal. Flail +1, I guess, could go to Harem. He likes flails. Yeah, I use a flail all the time. That's how I kill my enemies, with a flail. And it's magical. Okay. Anybody else?
Without a doubt.
Don't forget you have a scythe for Jaethal. That's true. That scythe was wicked. Time Bandits was another great movie, really.
Hello, my
Replenish my
savior.
powers.
You asked if we'd meet again,
Oh,
and here I am.
all right. Here comes the Guardian of the Bloom. A savory aroma of herbs and flowers is the first thing that lets you know that your longtime acquaintance is here. The nymph looks at you in a strange way, like she's never looked at you before.
I see your fate has changed since last we met.
Yes.
Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power?
I have a magic flail that would like to do the touching. Whoosh!
I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I. Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. A shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lord.
It says my lady.
Alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Deep in the woods there are mossy old ruins. Okay. Wait, I need to ask you something. I don't need any reward. Seeing you is the best reward for me. I was happy to help. I'll see you soon in the verdant chambers. I hope I'll be well rewarded. I want to ask you something.
Forgive me. Nymphs are not made for cities. The noise and vanity of human settlements vex me. I will answer all your questions, but there, in the silence of my asylum.
Okay. All right. I was happy to help. I'll see you soon.
So long. I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the heavy winter snow.
You like similes and metaphors, don't you? She does. She's a big fan of those. Okay. Save. How's my quest log looking? All right, the nymph. Sorrowflow. Okay, Kaesi is going to settle in the capital, and she asked the Baron to visit her. Okay. How to build a kingdom. Add the outskirts to the Barony. Okay, so you still think I should wait on this, right? This, the ancient curse, we can't do anything about for about a month. Right? Next development in 41 days. All right, in about a month. Appoint one of the advisors to Treasury. Some people would say the most important is Treasury. The applicant for this position must be smart. All right, we don't have anybody yet.
I must replenish my powers.
We gotta find a treasury. Or treasurer. Yeah, she seemed a little less breathy there, Cybermonk. Hey, Pecunious.
Hey, Garabak!
All right, this is the Hassoff guy. This is the guy you can buy BP from, which I think we're gonna buy some. You see a dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face. The man bows to you. Hassoff from Absalon is happy to welcome you, Your Grace. Come look at the best wares we traveling merchants have to offer. All right. What does he got? Oh, he's got a corrosive heavy flail. Isn't that good?
I like corrosive heavy flails.
Corrosive?
Yes.
Okay. Flaming bastard sword. Frost
I like that more.
They have 1,000. I will have 1,000 of your finest quarterstaffs. He's got 1,000 of them.
You should get the stratagem.
Stratagem.
Yeah, get that thing.
This is crazy. Ring of Plentiful Hunts.
Is this the story guy or is this
No, this is some
okay.
dude. Wow, he's got way stuff.
Oh, Cloak of Shadows, please buy the Cloak of Shadows.
No.
What?
No.
Why?
No.
But it looked very cool.
I want to buy rice. This is way too much stuff. And butter. Okay, so here's the trick if anybody's just starting this game out. Read a lot.
It's the Muppet Show with our very special 17-month resub. Yay!
Bleeding
Buy the
fish.
Cloak of Shadows.
I'm not buying the Cloak of Shadows. Azari's getting in your head, bleeding fish. Way down on this list, there's build points, which probably a lot of people don't even see. It's only 80 gold per build point. A lot of the guide said that by the end of the game, you're gonna have like hundreds of thousands of gold and nothing to do anything with it. But you can give yourself like a huge kickstart in the kingdom management just by buying build points there.
Is that something you can't afford?
There's a bag of holding though.
You can't get that. You don't have enough gold.
Oh yeah?
You gotta sell stuff if you do.
Oh yeah?
You're like, oh yeah?
Oh yeah?
Watch me sell all my shit for that bag of holding.
Wow, how much does that hold? -2. Oh, it gives you 200 more pounds. Ew. I already have 100 extra, so this will be a second one. Oh man, I need that.
Don't forget that your clothes weighs like a good 7 pounds.
It's true. I'm gonna sell you 11 eggs. What do I got for price? What was that noise in the game? Blah, blah.
Oh wow, you're not gonna sell anything.
What do you mean?
You don't have anything to sell.
What do you mean? I got good stuff.
You'd have to sell all of your stuff to make up that 3,000 gold you're missing.
I'm gonna sell all my chocolate if you don't stop.
Go for it. Sell it.
Chocolate and trout. All right, we probably can't afford that yet. Oh, I'm gonna sell this though. Deal. All right, so build points, something we're gonna keep in mind.
I can see my destination.
What does it say about us when we get most excited in games about bag space? You know? I mean, there's literally flaming swords on that vendor and butter. And yet what really gets us excited is more inventory space.
It all started with a little MMO called WoW.
Yeah.
That made inventory space absolute hellhole.
More bag space equals more space for flaming swords. Good point. Where else am I going to put my 1,000 quarterstaffs? All right.
I'm surprised. You just can't like each of your party members, they don't have like a certain amount of weight they can carry.
They do.
Is it how much is it though?
So each person gets weight depending on their strength.
Oh.
And then your shared stash, this weight here is dependent on how many party members you have.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And stuff like that.
I understand now. Okay.
Yeah.
I was really confused for a second. I'm like, what? Why can't you just toss in your party members' inventory?
You do. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
All right. So we got Vertil. He's a blacksmith. He's got different stuff. Yeah, he's got different stuff. Holy crap, this game is too much. So this guy's weapons and armor. I'm not going through like, you look a little, or I'm gonna say this. You look a little unusual for a dwarf. You expect to see a beard, eh? No offense, but that's the point. What's the point of a beard? Especially when you're a blacksmith and working with fire. You burn it once, dip it into lightning oil and catch a spark from the forge, and your beard is history. You're better off without one.
Okay. I know, Tanliel. That's what I was looking at too. And he just very quickly closed out of it so we couldn't talk about it. He knew what was happening.
Adamantine full plate.
Buy that. You can buy that. You can afford that.
I'm not buying that.
You can afford it though.
No.
Who would you even put that on?
Valerie.
Oh, really? Okay.
That'd be Valerie. She's the tank.
Oh, well.
She's got half plate +1, which gives you a 9 armor class. This gives you a 10. No.
He's so mad.
No.
All right, one last question, and I will leave you alone. I know I keep asking questions. How come some of those weapons had a orange backdrop? Is it because it's like a legendary, or? Oh.
Where?
Oh, never mind. It's because you clicked on the portrait and it showed you
What they can use.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Got it.
Adamantine also gives you damage reduction. Not 18,000 gold worth of damage reduction. Look, we've got Zossi, a tiefling girl. You guys, welcome, but you want scrolls? I have them, you won't get it. Okay, perhaps you could speak a bit more slowly. Scrolls. Okay, lots of scrolls. Wand of Days, Wand of Ray. Wand of Ray of Sickening. All right. There's so much to do.
Focus on the goal.
Oh, there's Octavia and Regengar. They have anything to say? This is very overwhelming. What's in here even? I don't even know. Hello? How come it's shrouded in darkness? I don't have a torch. I could just steal from anywhere, I guess. It's my kingdom. It's my island. Is there any negative impact to doing stuff like that? That's what we call taxes. Good morning, Mugatard! What's going on? Wow, that's a long save.
I must replenish my powers.
Man, look, there's like a maypole. Guards, citizens. Wow.
I will guide.
Horses! Chickens! Patrician's over here. There's another house. Is there a reason why some of these houses are shrouded in darkness? It's really weird.
I can see my destination.
There's a puppy! Can I pet the... No, I can't pet the puppy. What is this? Trophies left at the capital square. Is that to leave? Oh, that's to leave. Where's that, to go to the tavern? Okay. They did add mounts in Army of Optimus. Somebody was telling me that the other day. You can ride mounts in Wrath of the Righteous. Oh, okay. Here's Kayesi. A tense silence hangs over the house. Kayesi, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadows. But her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now! The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Kayesi's eyes, her blue eyes. It's you! I wanted to say Chaotic good. Please don't be afraid. You can tell me the truth. What's going on? The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fists, obviously in the grip of a strong emotion, but one you cannot read. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule if he knew it would be impossible to keep? She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes, and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Silas, that the person you know by the name of Kaisi, I don't even know how to say her name, does not exist. My real name is Kalik. And well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told belong a welcoming fire. Would you hear me out? Fine, let's go. Okay. So Kalik or Kalike? I don't know how to say this one either. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire. In the desert where I was born, my fondest memory. When the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stairs to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, all they heard from other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. Ka-Essi and Ka-Like? Ka-Like. Ka-Essi. All right, Ka-Essi and Ka-Like. Ka-Like. Oh man, if that means I can make a Cavalier, I'm going to be so happy. You can make a Cavalier. Stanley is linking you. That's pretty interesting. My sister and I often snuck in to hear their stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hellspawn, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Qadira, unblessed by the light and merciful Saren Ray. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcast and disowned. We were 13 when we left and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed with relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Canera, which means silent flame. She is fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots, but when I flood, I am bound to bring death. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Nethys, and by his mercy we now live in turns. While one of us is here, the other sleeps on another plane, and when she wakes up, we switch places, just as you witnessed. Nethys, the god of all-seeing eye. Knowledge and magic above all else. Okay. So this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Jamandi Eldori? How could I remember you? I'd never met you at the time. That was Canera. She was the one who talked to you at the reception and helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other notes recounting in detail all that's happened and describe any friends the Kayesi has made. But that time, we switched right in the middle of the mansion, engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Canera didn't have the time to write any notes. Okay. And how is it you began to live in turns? This story, it's one I never told to anyone before, not one in the whole world, and it's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Canera was killed by a soul eater, a monster summoned by secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister, and I wasn't even there to protect her. We just had a fight. We both did stupid things just before, but I don't want to talk about that now. When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with anyone if only I could get her back. And I promised, and I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcanothane? Appearing as a woman-shaped cloud of swirling energy, this creature serves as the herald of Nethys. As a supernatural creature created in a moment of lucidity by an insane omniscient god, the Arcanothane is often left to her own devices when her master doesn't need her. Okay. Woman-shaped cloud of swirling energy. I was contacted by the Arcanothane, the herald of the god Nethys himself. She promised she would return Canera to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again. And so our new life began. Now we flee through the world, guarding our secret, always introducing ourselves as Kayesi to hide that there are two of us. And when we switch places with each other at random, while one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created specially for us. Wow. This is a complicated character. Okay. You can't control these switches? No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses a switch, we usually tell them tales of a special magical way of traveling, but people start to notice strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I'm tired of having to pretend. We knew this couldn't last forever, and now the truth is finally out. What's the point in all this? You revealed your secret to me. Does that mean you broke one of the rules? Yes. Will you make me regret this, Silas? I felt you might be someone who could help my sister and me change our fates. What can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Canera was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by the Taldan Raiders from a respected Qadiran temple of Nethys. It's an unusual relic called the Disc of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and moon, but I don't think that could be the truth. Nethys is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are among his followers who think that solving mysteries of magic, even rivaling their deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created a disc long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owners control over planar travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled to the plains, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we work so desperately, wish to find the disc? It may help us understand how the switch between me and Conera works, and it should make our own divine patron happy. Nethys and his assistants value the desire to learn about magic above all else. Okay. How did this disc come to the Stolen Lands? Tell me about the location. It was called Sorrow Flow in the chronicle we read. Okay. They managed to track down the ruins, but were frightened away by monsters. Okay. If this can help, then I agree. Thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrow Flow, and please, let's explore the ruins together, just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away again in front of your companions. Breaking the Arcanothane's conditions once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. Okay. So that's a companion quest. Sorrow Flow. And we can go upstairs in this place? Oh. Okay, what is this? It's locked and Silas can't pick locks. That sucks. I didn't want to know what was in there anyway. Okay, we got horses and corgis. Into the house, into the house, into the house, to the Capital Tavern, to the throne room, into the house. It's so funny. Into the house, and out of the house and home before dark. Hey, it's a spoon. Hey, Justin Ludlow, what's going on? Welcome, how are you?